Glasgow?
Speaking, yes.
Hello, my name's John Gibson at Howells.
Hello, John.
Hi, message to ring you.
Yes, I did leave a message, yes. I don't know what you've been told about my telephone call.
Make a complaint.
Well, it's a bit strange, this, really, because I was represented initially by Robert L. Bashforth and Co.
Yes, I've looked at the history of the case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've since found, before going to making an application to the Supreme Court, that no legal aid was applied for.
By who?
By Helen Ragg.
Yeah, I think that's because there was a negative advice.
Pardon?
I think there was a negative advice about your prospect of appeal.
No, this is before I was convicted.
Yeah, well, alright, carry on then.
This is before I was convicted. There's been no legal aid applied for by either Robert L. Bashforth and Co. or Helen Ragg.
Yeah, well, as far as I understand it, Mr. Bashforth came off the record when you were convicted, and therefore that was the end of his involvement. I don't think legal aid was ever formally transferred, because having been convicted, you asked for advice from Helen Ragg, and ultimately I think from Mr. Jones of Council, about whether you'd got prospects of an appeal, and the advice was negative and the file was closed.
No, that's incorrect. The facts are I dismissed Robert L. Bashforth and Co. when I was convicted.
The fact that they came off the record was what we've been told.
Now, I was bailed after I was convicted. In the meantime, I dismissed Robert L. Bashforth and Co. and I was allowed some time to find further legal representation for the sentencing. Yes. Now, I first approached Oxley and Coward.
Yeah.
Yes. And they was refused by the court. Now, it's not the court that decides who I have as my legal representation. It's myself. Yes?
Yes.
Now, I was told that Oxley and Coward didn't apply for representation from the courts to have because I think how it worked was because I dismissed Robert L. Bashforth and Co. There was no legal aid anyway.
Yeah.
Because obviously they can't transfer legal aid certificate over if there isn't one. Yes? Can you speak up? I can't hear you. Oh, sorry. Well, if there's no legal aid to start with, it can't be transferred over.
I understand.
I have letters from Helen Ragg stating that she's applied for legal aid to be transferred over to Derby Crown Court. Now, I have other letters, further correspondence with Helen Ragg, and the three people turned up to my sentencing. It was Helen Ragg, Christine Davey, or Chris Davey, whatever how she wants to portray herself, and a Kevin Jones, who gave a negative advice whilst I was in prison. Now, I actually appealed on my own behalf. It was refused by a single judge, and then I put it before a full court hearing at the Royal Courts of Justice. Now, the thing is, obviously these three judges, Foskett, Hallett and Morris, must have also been in on it. High Court judges. Now your organisation, your firm, didn't represent my interests at all, because obviously they can't have been, because there was no legal aid.
Yeah, there was legal aid for that hearing and for an advice on appeal, which was negative.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
See from what's in front of me on a computer screen that there was a bill to the legal aid. Mr. Jones delivered a bill. Dr. Mendelsohn was paid a fee for a report.
Who paid these fees then?
The legal aid?
Can't have done.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just saying that's what the evidence in front of me is.
Well, if you look on my website,
I've no intention of looking on your website.
if you look on my website, I made an application to the Legal Services Commission for a listed inventory of solicitors, solicitor firms that apply for legal aid using my personal details. And they've informed me that there's no certificate on their system with my personal details, so that tells me I haven't had any legal aid.
Well, I don't know. All I can say is that the last contact we had with you was when we wrote to you on the 7th of November 2007. That was 7 years ago. If you want to bring a complaint of poor service against solicitors, you've got 6 years in which to do it.
Well, that's irrelevant, because it wasn't, sorry to interrupt you, that's irrelevant, because it wasn't poor service. It was a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice.
Go to the police about that, don't you?
No, I'm putting it on the internet. I'm just wanting to see what you were going to come up with.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I've got nothing to lose.
No? You go and put libel on the internet, that's up to you.
It don't matter.
Not at all. Alright, I don't think there's any point in carrying on really, is there?
Because like at the end of the day, because I mean, like I've made complaints about these solicitors.
Yep.
I've made various complaints, and all all that's happened is I've been told a pack of lies.
Okay. Well, there's no point in continuing with the conversation really.
Why not?
We should end it now. I'm going to end it now anyway. Okay.